The beginning of the second part of Bach's Prelude in C has A minor chords, a D major chord, a G major chord, and a C chord with a B in the bass. It's time to learn the left hand. The left hand begins with a C and an E. This will fit great with our right hand because together the two hands will create a full and complete A minor triad. If you take middle C in the abstract and move it up an octave, you can see that we have a typical triad arrangement where the notes are separated by thirds. This is an A minor chord. After this, our left hand top note will move down a step. We'll be playing middle C and the step above it. Because the progression of this part is moving down, I'm not going to stay stuck in the original position because it's time for me to start moving down. I don't need to be stuck doing fingers that are hard to control. I don't need to be stuck not preparing for what's about to happen. I don't need to be stuck not preparing for our low note that's going to happen at the end of the phrase. Sorry for the shock, but if you don't prepare your fingers, you could be shocked by the hand position changes you'll have to make. It's better to do your fingering smartly so that you gradually prepare for shifts. Because these groupings are small intervals, I'm just using my easy to control fingers 1, 2, and 3. I'm always using finger 1 if I can because it gives me a feeling of stability. After I play the first pair of notes, then I do open up the gap between fingers 1 and 2, and then immediately close it to play the keys of the second measure of this part, and that prepares me for the third measure of this phrase. And then because we're repeating a pattern, I try to repeat the finger system that I did before. I open the gap between 1 and 2 and immediately close it. This will prepare me for the next chord that happens in this piece, and leaves me not very far away from the next chord after that, which will require finger 2 on A and finger 5 on D. But we'll get to that later. Take all the time you need and get used to the left hand. If you're able to consolidate this knowledge and this physical motion, it'll be easier whenever you build on it when doing both hands. I recommend practicing as blocks. To build your counting skill, I recommend practicing with counting as a mental challenge. Whenever we have 16th notes in a measure, we count with extra syllables. Whenever we're counting quarter notes, we'll often just say something simple like 1, 2, 3, 4 to keep track of where we are. Whenever we're counting with quarter notes and eighth notes, we'll add the syllable of and in between the numbers so that everything has its place. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now that we're playing a piece that has 16th notes, we'll need to have extra syllables again for our rhythmic solfege so that everything has its place and we know where everything will fall. I'll say 1E when I play the first two notes of the measure. Here's how to play it with counting. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E course, breathe whenever you need to, leave out a syllable whenever you breathe if you need to, or just learn to breathe really quickly. One of the cool things about counting is it can be pretty similar to singing, and we've recently definitely proved that singing, and I believe counting as well, can stimulate our relaxation response and give us a nice yawn after we count.